Hey y'all, I'm Nathan Ballantyne, the man in overalls. Today we're talking about math. The food garden is actually a great place to talk about math because the numbers are real, not just figures and units on a page. Let's start by reviewing the tape measure. This tape measure measures inches and feet, standard measurements. So these little numbers and spacings are inches. It takes 12 of them to make 1 foot. So there's 12 inches in a foot. If you add 12 inches and 12 inches, you get to 24 inches, or 2 feet. If you get confused, just remember that inches are a whole lot smaller than feet. Okay, so now we can measure the height of different things. These marigolds are 16 inches tall. This sage is about 21 inches tall. And this basil is right about 34 inches tall. Great, but what's the value of measuring things? The value is that you can compare the size of different things. Of course, if you've got 2 things growing right next to each other, like this basil plant and that one, you can pretty easily determine that that one's larger. But what if you've got 2 things growing on opposite sides of the garden, like this okra and that okra? The value of measuring is that if you measure and record, you can compare things in different places or even at different times, like this year compared to next year. We can also do geometry in the garden. Let's work with this raised bed. To find the perimeter, we just need to measure the length of all the sides. So we've got 6 feet plus 3 feet, 9 feet, plus 6 feet, 15, and plus 3 is 18 feet. We can also calculate the area. To do so, we multiply the length, 6 feet, times the width, which is 3 feet, and we get 18 square feet. But why length times width? What are we really saying? What we're really saying is that we've got 6 rows that are each 3 feet long. Or another way of thinking about it is that we've got 3 rows that are 6 feet long. Any way you do it, you get to 18 square feet. You could even count it out if you wanted to. Multiplying can just save time. Wow, check out these peppers. Oh, look at that big one, that's awesome. What if we measured these peppers on this scale? This scale weighs in pounds and ounces. There's 16 ounces in a pound. So let's weigh this one. It is 4.8 ounces. Now imagine if we lined up all the peppers in a row based on their size after we weighed them. Let's imagine that we had a long line of peppers, say 20 or 30 of them. If we added their total weight up and divided by the number of peppers, then we'd get the mean, or the average weight pepper. If we, in that same line, we pick the one right in the very middle, that'd be the median. And if there was one weight that occurred the most frequently, like let's say by happenstance there's a lot of peppers that are all 4.8 ounces, then that'd be the mode. We just did statistics in the garden. The trick to math is to make it real, like this 4.8 ounce pepper. It's all about growing good food and eating well. So what are you growing? And what's on your plate?